And now from Georgia, Mariam Akhalkatsi, GenderBarometer.
You probably know this women. What you might not know is a disturbing trend of digitally manipulated images and videos circulating online, trying to undermine them. Today, I stand before you to shed a light on a global issue facing women in politics: sexist rhetoric and gendered disinformation, discouraging us from engaging in democracy. I'm Mariam, representing MDF, Media Development Foundation in Georgia, and in 2023 alone, we identified more than 5,600 cases of sexist rhetoric and gender disinformation targeting politicians, activists, and journalists in my country alone. And this is not just a local issue. When we look at international numbers, more than 81% of women, female parliamentarians, have encountered psychological violence. I'm here to introduce our solution, GenderBarometer, an AI chatbot, first of its kind in Georgian language, that will help women in real time when they encounter online harassment or are targets of gender disinformation. And let me take you through 3 steps of how it works. If you, for example, as a female politician, are faced with manipulated videos or experiencing manipulated videos or photos, you can use the chatbot to help you verify that the content is fake, so you don't stand alone with your claim. And you can do the same thing if you're just a regular internet user, of course. On the screen, we see a real example of how Russian media tried to disseminate manipulated photos of German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock. Second step is that it generates fact-based responses, and we're training it to generate responses on behalf of women, so it can also support in that regard. And lastly, it provides in-depth information of how it is fact-checking and where is it getting all this information from, if you ask. Behind me is a team of more than 10 years experience monitoring hate speech, as well as 4 years of experience specifically fact-checking gender disinformation. We are training the model on the databases we have, but also our partners, United Nations AI monitoring tool, eMonitor Plus. And speaking of partners, we of course need your support. We're looking for $5,000 funding to fully develop the tool for the upcoming parliamentary election in Georgia this fall, which will be crucial for my country. We're also looking for international partners, influential women like many of you, as well as like-minded organizations. We know that our work is already helping people. There are thousands of protesters in the streets of Tbilisi right now defending democracy, and we're asking you to support us so we can increase our impact with tech. Thank you.
Mariam, thank you. Nima?
Thank you so much for your presentation and your work. I'm wondering, you mentioned that this is for Georgia now. If you were to go into a different country, how much work is it for you to localize the software to a different geographic localization?
The thing is, the methodology won't change. And I mentioned we have partnered with United Nations. They already developed a tool, which is also AI-powered, called eMonitor Plus. So that will help us get more databases from different countries to also develop the tool in English, so it can be accessible for other women worldwide.
Yeah. Jorn.
Thank you so much. I think you have a solid plan, and I'm impressed with the progress, and also how far you can, stretch the funding. I think that's very reasonable. So this morning I learned that what you can do in fact-checking is to involve all the users. So can you elaborate if it's something you do in your tool?
Yes, so what I couldn't fit in my 3-minute presentation is that my organization has its own fact-checking platform, Misdetector, that is a part of international fact-checking networking team. And we're also partnering with Meta to reduce distribution of disinformation online on Facebook and Meta platforms. So it is already in motion, but in terms of users' involvement, it will learn from the users as well while they are using it, so it can be better prepared for the future, if that makes sense.
Mariam, thank you so much.